like to welcome everybody to the podcast today. Today's guest is Max Brown of Max Brown Films. Say hi, Max.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me, Scott.
No problem, man. Let's talk about a little bit, what's your background and how did you get into wedding filmmaking?
So I've always been interested in just filmmaking in general, as a kid, but basically in high school, I just took an interest in weddings and wanted to start shooting some wedding video. And I found two photographers, actually Ben and Becky of Brown Street Studios,
Yes, I've worked with them. They're awesome.
and basically just asked them if they knew anybody that would like to have a wedding video just for free, just so I could try, making wedding videos. And they did, and it was they had a client in mind, and they basically just helped me and guided me through the process of the wedding day, and I did my video thing. And when I got back to the editing room, I was able to put a wedding video together I thought was pretty impressive. So I decided to start doing more of them.
That's actually how we got introduced, was by Ben. I did a wedding with them back, actually almost to the day, back in January of 2018, for a client that my business partner was doing the DJ for, and I guess the video person backed out on him last second, and we were able to help out, and I got to meet Brown Street, and they seemed pretty cool working with them alongside. And the place that we shot was up in Eagle River, and nice picturesque place. And you spoke about getting back to the editing room. What type of software do you use?
I use Final Cut right now on my MacBook Pro.
Awesome. I use Final Cut as well. Do you have any plugins that you are your go-to for color correction, anything like that?
I've experimented with color correction and stuff like that, but I found it's worked out best for me to just do a modified standard picture profile and not do basically any color correction.
You like getting it right in camera, whatever?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. I just find it a lot easier because there's a lot of footage, and trying to match different cameras can be hard sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I shoot on a flat profile, log with Canon. What do you shoot? You shoot Sony, I think?
Yeah, yes, I do.
So are you looking at the new crop sensor Sony, the A6500, I believe it is, or is it the A6400?
Yeah, I saw they just came out with one. I'm not sure. I think that's the one with the flip out screen, right?
Yeah, it doesn't flip out like a Canon or anything, but it flips up all the way, where the mic would go or whatever, or the flash would go. A lot of people were kind of complaining about that from what I saw. But the thing that I liked about it the most was there was no record limit. That's why I kind of shoot what I shoot now, is because I just can't deal with that record limit of 30 minutes, or sometimes it's 15 minutes if it's 4K or whatever.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm on the A7S II, and that's what I've been shooting all of my weddings on. And I just got this year the new A7 III.
Oh, nice.
And that's been pretty cool. So I've yet to shoot a wedding with that one.
Cool. So how many weddings are you booking for this year?
I've got a couple dates that we're looking at with clients here, but I've only officially booked one so far for 2019.
Oh, nice. So what do you do in your free time? What else are you working on besides wedding? What's your passion in video?
I'm trying to get into doing more documentary style stuff. And try to build up a portfolio, doing that type of stuff. I've been working with a trails organization up in Manitowish Waters called the Windman Trails.
Oh, cool.
And I've been trying to get some stuff going for them. I just did a candlelit snowshoe. I did a video for that, and then this weekend
I think I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and this weekend I'm going to be doing a cross country ski race called the Turtle River Pursuit.
Awesome.
I'm going to be covering that and doing some interviews and getting some action shots.
Awesome. Awesome. So are you using a gimbal? What are you using for that?
Yeah, so for all the weddings that I've done in the past, I've used the a glide cam,
Okay.
and I found that to be pretty difficult and pretty challenging to use at weddings. And I actually just got the new Ronin S, and it's been great. I can't wait to shoot a wedding with that.
Yeah, it does that like 360 spin, kind of like the Marvel movies that they're
Yeah.
showing. And I use a Zhiyun Crane too, so it's a little
Okay.
bit older device, but I can't do that cool spin. um, so what's your process for like booking a client? What should they expect if they want to work with you?
So basically, it usually just starts off with them either if it was a recommendation or they're just interested in something that they saw my work. And they'll ask for the date, and then I'll usually send them some of my information as well as my portfolio for them to take a look at, and then we'll decide on a date if they want a book. So then I have a contract to fill out, and we basically just go over some information about the wedding day.
Cool. So what's your process of the wedding day then? Like, are you primarily shooting all of them by yourself? What do you offer in your packages?
Yeah, I've been shooting every single one of them by myself. And basically offer 3 packages. The main thing that I offer is what I call the cinematic wedding short film. And that's basically like a 3 to 7 minute long, video that covers the whole day and tells the
Highlight
story.
film. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And then then the ceremony and then reception?
Yep. And then the other packages that I offer include that, and then like the ceremony and speeches. And then the last package that I offer is a longer edit. It's like more of a documentary style type edit.
Awesome. So then, what's your process when you get back to editing? What do you start with, really?
I always start with the ceremony and the speeches, and I just get those put together, sync the audio, and then I sort of use that as like the starting place for telling the story. I'll find like parts of the speech or parts of the ceremony when the officiant is talking about the general theme of the couple and their story. And I'll sort of just, choose key elements from those, and then sort of have that be the backbone of the story. And then I'll bring in other elements that I shot during the day.
Where have you learned to edit that way? Who have you been in touch with? Are you going to school for any type of media production or anything like that?
I'm actually not. No, I've basically taught myself everything that I know. And there's just a lot of great resources that I've found online.
Yeah.
There's this one, I've done a lot of like creative live classes and that type of stuff, but
Rob Adams, and then there's Ray Ramon, I think, it did a couple of creative live stuff. YouTube is a great resource. That's mainly where I've learned a lot of things from. Wedding Film School, if you've heard of that, that's a great resource.
That's the one that I actually learned how to shoot my first wedding.
Yeah. Did you watch any of like Craig Adams stuff?
Yeah, the Craig Adams before I think Scott McKenna.
Took over it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I found watching the behind the scenes very helpful. Just sort of observing how other people do it versus them telling you, so I could sort of figure out in my mind how I would go about doing it.
Yeah, definitely. That helped me with my first couple weddings as well too. Just kind of figuring out like where should I place the camera for the ceremony, blocking, placement of the couple, trying to make them not feel awkward, but essentially that's just your personality kind of shining through. If they like you and trust you, they'll feel less awkward in front of the camera. You have any tips maybe for posing couples that maybe you'd want to share?
Um, Not a ton other than just using movement, and just telling them to do things that just feel natural for them, and trying to explain them in a way that's, you sort of get the result that you want, but it's less confusing to explain to them. Um, like instead of telling them exact, poses or exact things that you want them to do, I would just would say, do a little dance and go in for a kiss and, basic stuff like that. But otherwise, I'm just shooting a lot of the photographer's setups.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing so far.
Yeah, I found that you kind of got to step in though when there is a photographer involved and just kind of run it a little bit. I really try to back off and let them do their thing. But if there's, I mean, a lot of those poses don't transfer very well to video. So when they're just like standing there, not really doing much, I try to like step in and go, okay, do this, or try to touch the back of her dress, hold her flowers for her, give each other looks, things like that.
Yeah. And I found that using slow motion definitely helps, because if there's a moment when the photographers are sort of posing them where they look at each other a certain way, or just moments like that, I feel like are really helpful. And you play them out in slow motion, it makes it more dramatic.
Do you shoot in 60p?
Yeah, I do. Not all the time, just for, if we're doing like, if we're going out to do portraits and stuff like that. But for the majority of the day, I'm shooting 24.
Why wouldn't you shoot 60p the entire day?
I just feel like 24 frames is more of a fluid motion that the eye is used to seeing. And like 60p, when you shoot it, you're slowing it down to half speed, so you're basically converting it to 24p.
Yeah. What do you edit on? Do you edit on a 30p timeline or 24?
24.
24. And you find that it looks weird when you put the 60p on the 24 frame?
No, not when I slow it, or if I don't slow it down at all. Yeah.
I've never found that. I always shoot 60p, edit in 24, and I think it looks fine to me. Switching back and forth during the day, I would find it more frustrating if I forgot or whatever. But slowing it down to like 40% makes that nice slow motion. I agree with you on that. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So, where would people find you? Do you have a website?
Yeah, I do. MaxBrownFilms.com. Otherwise on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Awesome. Are you doing any like Instagram edits? Offer any of that in your package?
Not at the moment. It's something that I've considered, but I basically offer the cinematic wedding short film.
Yeah.
I give them a shareable link to my YouTube channel so they can share it on Facebook. Or
is that the only way you deliver that on YouTube?
No, what I've been doing is giving them the digital files on like USB drive.
Nice. Have you checked out MediaZilla?
Yeah, that's actually what I've been hoping to go to eventually.
It's really worth it. They get that private link because YouTube is public, and then maybe you get an ad in front of it before you watch your wedding film or whatever, and who knows how long any of it's going to be around on the internet. But at least with MediaZilla, you get a like cool DVD menu, and you can deliver it to them on a USB drive, and they get that DVD menu as well. And then you have the option of burning DVDs for them as well.
Right.
We use that a lot, and I love MediaZilla. It's kind of pricey for the year, but definitely worth the expense.
Yeah, I think once the weddings pick up a little bit more for me, that's something that I would definitely uh, want to move to.
Yeah, and it works for like every project, you know. So
Right.
I showed my demo reel on it. I show plays and everything. So it's really awesome. Is there anything else that you're plugging other than the thing that's coming up this weekend?
Um, as far as like planning to like productions, I'm planning
Yeah,
on doing.
promoting. You're going to
Or
be at any wedding shows, anything like that?
actually just came off of a wedding show last weekend, or yeah, it was the weekend before. No,
Was
2 weekends ago.
that the Century World wedding show?
No, it was the Wausau Signs of Love.
Oh, okay. That was at the Patriot Center, right?
Yeah, or it's at the Central Wisconsin Convention Expo Center.
Oh, by Cedar Creek. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I guess they it used to be called the Patriot Center. That's how old I am. So
Gotcha.
so you're based out of Rhinelander?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, it was great talking to you. Let's connect again, probably in real life. Maybe
Yeah, man.
shoot a wedding sometime. That'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me, man.